and welcome to Eye on Gainesville. I'm Catiel Feltz. On July 17th, U.S. District Court Judge Paul Magnuson gave Georgia, Florida, and Alabama 3 years to come to an agreement on the use of Lake Lanier. The ruling forces the city of Gainesville to return to a withdrawal of 8 million gallons per day, a number we haven't seen since 1975. This announcement sent Gainesville City Council and Public Utilities staff to the table to come up with a way to ensure future water service for more than 160,000 customers in Gainesville-Hall County. On August 13th, Gainesville Mayor Myrtle Figueras announced plans for the construction of the Cedar Creek Reservoir. Joining us now to talk about the judge's ruling and water issues here in the Gainesville area, Gainesville Public Utilities Director Kelly Randall. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Catiel. I appreciate the opportunity to meet with you.
Kelly, there is so much going on in the world of water and some big news for the city of Gainesville. Tell us, if you would, first of all, let's start with the judge's ruling. You've been at the table in Atlanta and Washington many times over the past several years. Where were you when you heard the news? What were you thinking in the beginning?
Well, actually, where I was is I was trout fishing, but I was very surprised that he ruled as quickly as he did. I thought that the ruling would come more in September or maybe October. It's a very complicated issue.
You said you were surprised that the ruling came down so quickly. What did you expect would happen?
The judge ruled pretty much the way I thought he would rule. If you really look at all the documents that have been submitted to the courts, it'd be hard for him to have ruled differently. Frankly, you kind of have to put yourself in the time frame when they built the lake. And the city of Atlanta at the time was only a community of about 300,000 people. And they were going to build this reservoir for flood control and power supply, regardless of what the city of Atlanta really needed. So I think Mayor Hartsfield at the time felt like, why should he say it's for water supply and pay into it when really they would build it out anyway? It's hard for those people, I would expect, to have really anticipated that their community of 300,000 people would today be 5 million.
Let's talk more about the judge's actual ruling for Gainesville and the surrounding areas.
Well, what the judge said is if Congress or the states can't agree within 3 years, we'll go back to a baseline use. That baseline use would provide a little over 200 million gallons a day for the river users and would allow the city of Beaufort and the city of Gainesville to continue to withdraw from the lake based off of our relocation contracts. We had our water treatment facilities on the river before they built the lake. So as part of the land acquisition process, they had agreed to give us 8 million gallons a day and Beaufort 2 million. That's why we're still allowed to withdraw water.
Now, since the ruling, I've read reports where people have been involved in it, just like you have said, well, hopefully over the next 3 years we can work this out with Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. We haven't been able to work it out in over a decade. So is it reasonable to think we really could come to an agreement?
I'm always hopeful. I think it will be extremely difficult, though. The three entities have real different needs and concerns. It's our job as purveyor of water in Gainesville and Hall County to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's why the mayor has directed us to construct the Cedar Creek water treatment plant in less than 3 years. That will be difficult.
You mentioned the new water treatment plant. The mayor actually made her announcement on August 13th. Let's take just a moment now to listen to some of what the mayor had to say.
I am very thankful that we're here again today, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that is water. Water is the key to life. Water is an important element to the successful growth and prosperity of our region. Water is that central issue in the fight involving 20 plus years. This has been addressed by Judge Magnuson in the July 17th ruling about water withdrawals on Lake Lanier. As mayor for the city of Gainesville and as a resident of Gainesville for more than 40 years, I've asked myself, what now? I've asked my city council and many others, what now? I've asked and I've continued to ask. We've discussed this issue with our staff and our legal team, and we believe that we have an answer to the question, what now? Now is not the time to stand by and wait with a wait and see attitude. Now is the time for leadership. I call today on all elected officials within this region and in this county to place all political disputes and ideologies aside and become what we're supposed to be, true statesmen, or we can call ourselves statespeople, okay, who can make decisions and move forward for the good of our city, our county, and our region. The city of Gainesville has been the leader in utilities for Gainesville-Hall County for decades. We are blessed by the vision of previous city leaders and our proximity to Lake Lanier. In the eyes of those who know water issues, our Public Utilities Department and our city is always referred to as leaders in the water business, and Gainesville, ladies and gentlemen, is a model for much of the state. We did not get this reputation just by sitting around. As your mayor and on behalf of the council, I'm here to reassure our customers within the city limits and in Hall County that we will continue to lead. Today, the city is initiating a two-pronged approach to Judge Magnuson's ruling. First, we will continue our partnership with all the other water providers to appeal the judge's decision. The city has been in partnership with other water providers since these court proceedings began. We've been a part of the decision-making process with the City of Atlanta, with the Metro North Georgia Water Planning District, with the governor, with EPD, and other Metro water providers. We will maintain our presence in the decision-making process as we continue our alliances to make sure that our voice is heard and that our needs are represented. Second, I'm asking today that the City Council will approve a resolution which will authorize staff to immediately begin the design and construction of a water treatment plant at the Cedar Creek Reservoir. As all of us know, in 2006, Hall County asked us to begin serving unincorporated Hall County with their water needs. Gainesville's use and eventual ownership of the Cedar Creek Reservoir was a part of that agreement.